When your cat rubs their face on you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it feels sweet, maybe even a little affectionate, like your cat is just saying hello, but behind that tiny head bump, there's something deeper that most people completely miss. It's one of the most intimate things your cat can do. And if you ignore it or treat it like just another cute habit, which most owners do, you might be missing one of the clearest signals your cat uses to tell you exactly how they see you. Because in your cat's world, that gentle face rub isn't just affection, it's identity, it's belonging, and it's your cat quietly saying something most people never realize. So let's start with what that little head bump really means. It's not just affection, it's identification. Have you ever noticed how your cat will walk up to you, press their face against your hand or leg, and slowly drag their cheek along you? Most people think it's simple affection, a cat version of a hug. But here's what's actually happening. Your cat is marking you, not in an aggressive or territorial way, but in a deeply social way. Cats have specialized scent glands around their cheeks, chin, and forehead. When they rub those areas against you, they're releasing tiny chemical signals called pheromones. These pheromones are invisible to you, but to your cat, they carry a very specific message. This is mine. This belongs to my group. Think about that for a second. Your cat isn't just greeting you, they're integrating you into their scent world. And in feline communication, scent is everything. Cats don't rely on words or facial expressions the way humans do. Their social bonds are built through shared scent signatures. So when your cat rubs their face on you, they're doing something incredibly personal. They're blending your scent with theirs. And by the way, if your cat ever rubs their face on you and then immediately lies down nearby or sits beside you, don't brush that off. We'll get to why that matters later. And it reveals something most owners wish they'd understood sooner, but first, you need to understand the science behind this behavior. Your cat's brain is designed to do this. Researchers who study feline behavior call this behavior bunting, and it's not random. A 2019 study from the University of Lincoln's Animal Behavior Clinic found that cats use bunting primarily with individuals they feel socially secure around, not just familiar, secure. In other words, your cat isn't rubbing their face on you out of habit. They're doing it because their brain recognizes you as part of their safe social environment. Here's what most people don't realize. When cats release facial pheromones, those signals don't just mark territory, they actually help regulate a cat's stress levels. Animal cognition research shows that cats surrounded by familiar scent markers experience lower cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress. So when your cat rubs their face on you, they're doing two things at once. They're marking you as part of their social group, and they're reinforcing their own sense of safety. Think about that. Your presence literally stabilizes their emotional environment. You're not just someone they tolerate in the house. You're part of the scent network that tells their brain the world is safe. And here's where it gets even more meaningful. Because the scent they leave behind on you isn't just a signal to themselves, it's a message to every other cat in the environment. Your cat is quietly claiming you as family. Have you ever seen your cat rub their face on furniture, corners of walls, doorways? Most people assume they're just stretching or scratching, but here's what's actually happening. Your cat is building a scent map of their territory. Cats have facial glands located along their cheeks, chin, and forehead. When they rub these areas against objects, or people, they deposit pheromones that act like invisible labels. Labels that say safe, familiar, part of my world. So when your cat rubs their face on you, they're doing the same thing. They're placing you inside that map, inside their territory, inside their social circle. But the deeper truth is this: cats don't mark everything the same way. Some scent marks mean this is my space, but facial pheromone marks, especially bunting directed at living beings, often mean something more intimate. They mean this is part of my group. Think about that for a second. In your cat's mind, you're not just a caretaker, you're a member of their colony, and every time they rub their face against you, they're quietly renewing that bond. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Because the deeper reason cats do this actually goes back much further than most people realize. This behavior started with their mother. To understand why cats bunt, you have to go all the way back to kittenhood. When kittens are born, their world is defined by scent. Before their vision fully develops, scent tells them where safety is, where warmth is, where their mother is. Behavioral scientists studying domestic cat development have observed that kittens frequently rub their heads against their mother's face and body. It's not play, it's bonding. That same facial contact transfers scent between the kitten and the mother, creating a shared chemical identity for the family group. Think about that. From the earliest moments of life, cats associate head-to-head contact with security and belonging, and as they grow into adulthood, that instinct doesn't disappear, it simply adapts. In the wild, cats use this behavior with trusted colony members, but in a domestic home, you become that social partner, you become the one they bunt, which means when your cat presses their forehead against you, they're activating a behavior rooted in one of the most important relationships of their life, the relationship between kitten and mother. And that makes what happens next even more meaningful, because cats don't give that behavior to just anyone. Your cat doesn't do this with everyone. Take a moment and think about this. Does your cat rub their face on every person who walks into your home? Probably not. They might sniff strangers, they might watch them carefully, they might even avoid them completely. But bunting? That's selective. Studies on domestic cat social behavior show that cats reserve facial scent marking for individuals they trust and interact with regularly, which means when your cat chooses to rub their face on you, it's not automatic, it's deliberate. They've evaluated you, observed you, spent time learning your patterns and movements, and after all that, they've decided you belong inside their social circle. Think about how significant that is. Cats are naturally cautious animals. Their survival instincts make them skeptical of unfamiliar beings. So when your cat walks up to you, presses their forehead against your body, and slowly drags their cheek along you, they're making a choice, a social one. You are safe, you are familiar, you are part of my group. But there's one more layer to this behavior that most owners never realize, and it changes how you see that simple face rub forever. Your cat is mixing their identity with yours. Remember earlier when I mentioned that cats create scent maps of their world? This is where that becomes deeply personal. When your cat rubs their face on you, they're not just leaving scent behind, they're also picking yours up, your skin oils, your scent, your environment. All of it becomes part of their chemical signature. Researchers studying feline pheromone communication have observed that cats frequently rub multiple members of their social group in sequence, cat to human, human to object. Why? Because they're creating a shared scent identity. Think about that for a second. Your cat isn't just marking you as theirs, they're merging their scent with yours. In feline social systems, individuals who share scent profiles are treated as members of the same family unit, which means every time your cat rubs their face against you, they're doing something remarkably intimate. They're saying, "You smell like me, and I smell like you. We belong to the same group." That's not just affection, that's social bonding at the chemical level. And remember earlier when I mentioned that cats sometimes rub your face and then lie down nearby? This is what I was talking about. Once your scent has been refreshed and blended with theirs, they feel comfortable settling down close to you because the environment now smells like family. When it suddenly stops, your cat is telling you something. Here's something many cat owners overlook. If your cat regularly rubs their face on you and then suddenly stops, it can mean something important has changed. Cats rely heavily on scent communication. So when a behavior like bunting disappears, it often signals a shift in their physical or emotional state. Sometimes it's stress, sometimes it's illness. Veterinary behavioral research shows that cats experiencing pain or anxiety often reduce social scent marking behaviors, not because they no longer trust you, but because their brain is focused on something else: discomfort, uncertainty, energy conservation. So if your cat used to greet you with head bumps and suddenly doesn't anymore, it's worth paying attention. Observe their eating habits, their activity levels, their mood, because sometimes the quietest changes in behavior are the most important signals they send. And the earlier you notice them, the better you can help. So when your cat rubs their face on you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? It's easy to think it's just affection, just a sweet little greeting. But now you know what's really happening. Your cat is depositing pheromones, blending scents, building a shared identity with you, marking you as part of their social group, their family. That's not a random habit. That's not just a cute moment. That's your cat choosing to include you in the chemical language that defines their world. And that gentle head bump, that quiet face rub, it was never small to them. And it shouldn't be small to you either.